China 1, Latvia 1.
If you are just joining us now, we are watching China versus Latvia. And fairly evenly matched. In fact, you can see China, who have the new tabards, previously having worn red. Not surprising, but they do. They're quite attractive. I love the heraldry, in fact, of the Chinese team's tabard shield. Are very attractive. Latvia, however, they have a lot of experience in Battle of the Nations, and indeed have some great duelists. Their captain, who has won a number of longsword tournaments. Although it's just the first fights of the morning, already we do have a number of people in the tribunes.
I've got to say, Gavin, for China versus Latvia, this is a lot much more even fight than I'd have pegged it at.
Well, I think the Chinese have improved a lot. Of course, the interest in the sport has grown exponentially beyond what people could have expected. In fact, they've got a few film crews with them to film documentaries here at Battle of the Nations. And of course, we have commentary in Chinese. Speaking of which, we do have commentary in 5 languages this year, and that will be English, Russian, Chinese, Ukrainian, and in Spanish in the restream. But going back to the fight now, we do have
2 Chinese are down.
That's right, yeah. And you can see
one Latvian down.
A lot of pressure being put down on that Chinese fighter in the bottom.
Yeah,
But he's been put down, so a big advantage.
4-1-2 now.
You guys, the strike's coming down on the Chinese fighter, and I think
he's going to try and come save his friends.
However, that's a great, as you see, come out in the end there.
Ilya Shaw there, doing his job there as marshal.
I believe that has been called. No, not from English. I
mean, I could Google it.
You could Google it. That's true, actually.
There'll be a tight delay in any complicated questions.
Well, that's right. Anyway, moving swiftly on. This morning.
One of the questions here, Gavin, can you highlight any prohibited techniques?
Yes, I can. Of course, striking to the back of the knee is prohibited. Striking to the base of the skull, under the arm, of course, is, well, even though it's an awkward hit, it's still prohibited. These can be yellow card offences, but of course, if it does create injury, then it would be a red card offence. So there could be warnings, but in terms of prohibited shots, usually go straight to a yellow card. Any injury caused will result in a red card. And of course, there have been a number of measures taken for the safety and, of course, authenticity of the neck protection. The aventails slightly different depending on the kind of helmet. You can see people are fairly well covered. Their rondelles or lobster tails are often covered by the chain, as you can see, in fact, with that Chinese fighter there who has the lobster tail under the mail, and indeed from his counterpart there, the Latvian. You can see both of them have the new design of neck protection. But of course, it's just the base of the head or the neck, which is the prohibited shot. But it seems to be pretty close, actually, Callum.
Yeah, it gets very similar to round 1 here. That is very even. No one's dropped down yet. Just noticed that there's an absolutely stunning set of Maximilian sort of 15th century plate running around with a double-handed axe. Oh, I mean, that Chinese fighter go down there.
One down, yeah. So. Aggression actually in the centre of this, which you can't see at the moment. The Chinese team seem to be a lot more active than we've seen them in the past. Very, very evenly matched, I must say.
Yeah, both go down there.
We do apologise if there are any problems with the sound. We are still having a bit of a technical setup here. We've got some minor issues, but
there goes the Chinese halberdier. He's gone down.
Looks like Latvia now taking control of
this
fight.
It's 3-on-2.
Well, it appears to be, no? You're right, actually. those two Chinese fighters. I think one of them who was previously resting heavily on that. Oh, a nice attempted leg sweep there. But that comes to nothing. Of course, you can see he backed the head of the marshal, Valentin Kalin, who's a veteran, years of experience, as all the night marshals have. Of course, the marshals are not going to have much of a fun job in the 150 versus 150.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a marshal in that fight. I'm very glad we're going to be sat up here.
Yes, exactly. Well, I don't think even we're safe, because of course for the 150 they're getting rid of the lists.
Oh, right,
There are no
okay.
lists.
Okay. So do we have plexiglass we could put in? Or we're just going to...
Oh, I think we did a bit more than that, mate. Again, this not much happened so far, although a Chinese fighter has been taken down, and that's gone to 3 against 1, so the fight is called. Well, a victory there to Latvia, and a good start. We have fights in all lists happening at the moment of this bronze division.
Maintenant, c'est la Roumanie maintenant. Donc méfiez-vous du casque en turban. Le casque avec un turban, il est dangereux en frappe.
Yeah, we apologise, we've got some interference from the other channels, but we'll have that resolved as soon as possible.
Allez, Monaco, laguez, Monaco. Allez.